cuesta mucho dinero. Les ocurre hacer rock and roll, donde interpreta la mecedora y el flojito de Mario Control.
This is Gloria Rios. Everybody, sit down. Gloria Rios is very famous. She was the one who was the first person to influence Spanish music, rock and roll and Spanish. So my daughter's going to talk a lot about her today. We all pretty sure, and we'll be seeing later on how she really wants to share. This is her mom. Gloria Rios took the music she heard in our ice houses and dance halls and carried it all the way to Mexico and Europe. At a time when women weren't really supposed to do much. So she broke the barriers for life. And she grew up on the west side. It was very good.
Translated in the back. Okay, yes.
She rock and roll, la arena de rock and roll.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I got
Because
it.
we're gonna need a
Copy of it?
Yeah. And
Thank
I'll-
you so much.
Need it all. I'll edit it.
Thank you.
Okay, buenos dias, familia. Good morning. It's so good to see everyone here today. We are at a special place today, the historic West Side, of course. And we're here to talk about one of our very own. Long before the world was talking about the king of rock and roll, we had La Reina del Rock and Roll. Have to roll it off the tongue there. Who grew up on these very blocks of these streets. Gloria Rios again took the music that we heard in the dance halls and ice houses and carried it all the way to Mexico and to Europe. She was a pioneer, a woman who used her roots to break global barriers, recording the first rock and roll song in Spanish and showing the world exactly what a Tejana could do. She was born in Sweetwater, Texas. And then I'll let her. This is her daughter Regina, who is going.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
She's going to. She's our special guest today. She wasn't just a movie star, Gloria Rios, but a legend. But to her, she was her mom. So we're going to go ahead and do a few questions for Regina. She's going to answer them, and then whatever questions y'all have out there. Oh, hello, Gloria.
Hi, sure.
I'm not really good at.
I had a question earlier when that was playing, and her mom was getting really into the music, and then the gyration, if you will, kind of like an Elvis time.
Yeah.
Did your mom face the same kind of,
Oh, that's in
feedback
the
of people
questions.
saying, ah,
That's in the
too
interview
much,
questions.
that for TV or a woman because of the way she was moving. And she said they were probably pulling out their rosaries at the time. Because of how she, was very free about expressing herself
Yes.
with music and dance.
Yeah, but that's the proud of being a Texan and from the West Side.
Yeah.
San Antonio, because at 16 years old she goes to Mexico with only 50 pesos in her pocket.
Yeah.
And the talent and the strength and the guts.
Yes.
That's what she got.
Amen for
And I
that.
think she was ahead of time. She born ahead of time.
Yes.
Because confront all this culture in Mexico, with everybody.
Oh, yes.
And because of Pedro Infante is that she was in Mexico City. Yeah, he's the one who invited her.
That's awesome.
But that's a story, long story, because the way she met Pedro Infante is through Chata Nolesca and her company. They traveled all over. She was only 16 years old with a group of other very young girls. And she met Pedro Infante and he fell in love with her. And so he promised her, if you go to Mexico, I help you, to be in the movies. At 16 years old,
That's great.
being so beautiful and
Yes.
talented and the passion that she got for, her talent.
Yeah, and kudos to her for paving the road for a lot of other, people just like her, following in her footsteps, wanting to just express themselves freely, sharing their talent in dance and love of music and that sort of thing. That's awesome. It's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do right now is I have a list of questions that we're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
ask her, and then we'll go to the questions for our audience.
Oh,
Okay. Regina, your mom was a daughter of this neighborhood. When she talked about growing up on the west side, what stories did she love to tell the most?
Well, her first boyfriend, his name was Jacobo. They used to go to the dances. I think there was a big studios or where they have the dances, and she used to run behind my grandmother's because at night she just through the window and they went to dance, and they were a very good couple. People just surround them, and when my grandmother caught them, she made them married. Because she thought they were going to the hotel instead of going dancing.
Yes.
So yeah, she made her married. I think she was 15 years old. And then, her stories about how she met La Chata Noloesca. And, I used to come to the west side when I was probably like 4 years that I remember. And it was a very small, like, how do you say, not subdivision, but it was
Neighborhood.
the neighborhood, yes.
Barrio.
And we didn't have no malls or anything. I used to walk to Las Palmas and wherever, she took me to go shopping. But she was very proud of being part of San Antonio neighborhood, the west side. And there's a song I was telling them that she dedicated that song to San Antonio, Texas. So that's a big thing because this is a live show they recorded, and it was in 1956. And before he said, "See you later, alligator," and she said, "To San Antonio, Texas." She's dedicated to all of you. So she never forget about her roots. And when she came, every time she came, everybody was, they saw her like a queen. And Sunny and the Sun Lions and all those groups, they were even here in Mexico. Her aura, her charisma, it was amazing. And I just couldn't believe it that she was my mom when I saw her performing. And that's probably the reason why I'm here, because I'm the only witness. My sister and my brother, they don't remember about those years. I'm the firstborn. I was born at the Baptist Memorial, Baptist Hospital in downtown, 1949.
Nice.
So that's why she was very proud of San Antonio and the West Side, especially.
Okay.
And your mom made a huge leap from San Antonio to the stages and screens of Mexico City at a very young age. How was she able to do that, and who inspired her to do that?
Pedro Infante. Well, Pedro Infante inspired her to go to Mexico. But being in Mexico, when she got there, she didn't know nobody, but you know, she knew how to do it. You know, she was very smart, and through a lot of dancing groups, and then she met my father, and she was very young, and my father, my father was Resortes, Alberto Martinez Resortes, and they told her there's a chicanita from San Antonio, and she's a very good dancer. My father was looking for a dancer, and then he goes, "Oh, really? Bring her over." And my father says that the first, because she took her and she did this with her hand, and she knew that she was excellent dancer. And there's some movies like Barrio Bajo, you can Google it. They dance, and Voces de Primavera. It was their first movie in 1940, I think 47. Yeah. So yeah, almost, and she became very popular because, like I said, her talented. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, wow.
And in the 1950s, the music world was run by men. No offense to you. Your mother didn't just join them; she led them. Where did she get the ganas to stand center stage and demand respect as a female artist?
Oh well, like I said, she got the guts, to, not fight against men, but to, when you said lead them, yes. When she got the idea, she used to come to San Antonio like every year, and then she traveled to California. We live in Tijuana, so she had all this. And when she came, she heard Elvis Presley and Bill Haley.
Yeah.
And her first thought was, I'm gonna form my own group as soon as I get to Mexico. So she already has her idea, and she knew the musicians. She already had every musician. She chose the best jazz players in Mexico. Mario Patron, Chilo Moran, el Chief, Tony Rodriguez, the best sax and piano and drums, Leo Acosta, that he became her husband. And then she asked them, I have this idea, and it's a rock and roll. And Mario Patron was also a composer.
Okay.
Yes, he was her husband. He became her husband too. And she was the director of those groups, and that was amazing, I think, because you have to have the passion. And when she went to Mexico, she used to talk slang, and in Tex-Mex.
Yes.
And in Mexico, they used to laugh at her. And she promised her that she was gonna dominate the language. And not just that, she knew about the culture, the history of Mexico better than all other, even better than my father, who was from Mexico.
Oh, wow.
She used to love to read. She was very intelligent. So, did I answer?
Yes.
Very good.
Gloria Rios is famously known for the first person to record rock and roll in Spanish. Looking back at her music career, what do you think gave her the courage to be such a pioneer in a time when the world wasn't always ready for a woman to lead? Especially to record rock and roll in Spanish.
Okay.
What is she, since she's famously known for that, what gave her the idea? Do you know what gave her the idea to do that? Did she ever say?
Well, being a pioneer is just like you always want to be the first, and I think she was always the first. You know, she always wanted. There's always a leader, you know. And to record the first song in Spanish, that's what they called her, the pioneer of rock and roll in Mexico. And you know, I knew all these groups from the 60s and rock and roll, and used to admire her and see her like their mother, because the mother of rock and roll. Now, this time, they ignore her. Because when she retired, nobody knew about her career or anything. She just say, I'm leaving Mexico and retire, and the next stage of her life, it was very sad because she got sick. But while she was there, for all of them, she was the pioneer. And she was the mother of the rock and roll, like I said. But now they deny that. They say, oh no, Gloria Rios, she was a vedette. You know, a vedette, just like a dancer and then the collectionist and the historians. I didn't know that. Because when she died in 2002, nobody knew about her. But it was a promise that I did to her before she died. I promise you that they're gonna know about your legacy.
Awesome.
I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And now, you see, you Google her name, and it's the first one. But I have to see that. I have to say this. You know, I grew up Catholic, and I respect all the religions in the world. But I was I had a sick spirit, sick in mind, because I got it from my mom, and she never lied to me, never. And so when they introduced me to Buddhism, the first thing they told me, it was in 2003, a year after she passed away. They told me, you chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, and that's the philosophy that Tina Turner practiced. So she was a wonderful example. And I was, oh yes, I know. And they said, you chant about whatever you want to realize in your life, goals that you want to reach in your life. And when they told me that, and as long as it's good, you chant about it, and you will see what happened. I was like, I couldn't believe it that this philosophy came to me in the right time, And then I start chanting, and I chant with all my heart, so I can, the mystic law of God, take me to the right person who knew about my mom's legacy. And everything started happening. So I was like, I was so surprised. I was action proof after action proof after action proof until this moment. I've been practicing for 22 years, and I really appreciate this philosophy and all the members who, you know, embraced me and took me by the hand, and without compassion, teach me about how to practice.
That's awesome.
And well, I learned about these historians and collectionists who they waiting for a family of Gloria Rios to appear.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, God is, and mystic law is guiding me.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it. They almost do this to me when they I was like, cannot believe it, and me too to them. Oh. And that's when, you know, we start exchanging. I gave them pictures and the dates and everything that you see now is because, you know, I opened my, ¿cómo se dice? Baúl. How do you say this? Como cofre. Yeah, where you have all your pictures and all. I even have letters from my mom who used to write to my father from the 40s and 50s. I still have them. And this is the treasure for me. I'm not rich, you know, but I think I'm millionaire because when you embrace this and you continue this for my grandchildren, for the next generations, and not just let my mom and people understand, because my mom unfortunately got sick when she came to San Antonio in 1972. She was already diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And she suffered 30 years of her life. And, you know, I think now it's very popular, this illness, but it's horrible. It's horrible. And so probably that's the reason why I embraced this philosophy, because I knew that you have it in your genes, you know. I can probably, because I suffer from depressions and all that. All this, I could fix it. I could fix my life through my practice. And I could do all these things for the sake of my mom and you know, the next generations. So,
What was it like for you growing up with your mom?
it was hard. It was very hard because I lived with my mom from since I born till 6 years that I was when I traveled with her. And then I need stability. I need stability. So my father told my mom, okay, Regina, she can come to live with my mother. So I went to live with my mother, with my grandmother. I'm so sorry. And my mom still, you know, acting and traveling. She went to Europe, and you know, her career was, you know, booming. But it was hard because with my grandmother, they put me in a Catholic schools with, you know, a lot of rules. And with my mom, I didn't have no rules, and she always spoke to me with the truth.
Yeah.
So when I went to the other atmosphere, and they tried to hide a lot of stuff, you know, like the kids, the babies born from Paris, and this bird brings them, and I was like, they for me, because my mom had a book when she was pregnant with my sister, and she was teaching me. I was almost 10 years old. Exactly how, you know, because well, I'm not stupid. That's probably I'm always, you know, searching for the truth. You know, the truth is inside. You know, so yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
She was very open-minded.
But it was. I don't change it for anything in the world, because seeing my mom on stage, when she used to take me to the theater, I was the first one. I sit on the first row just to watch her, you know, and she was an energizer, you know. Every person, all the artists who were in the Teatro Blanquita in Mexico is very popular. And all this, Carmen Salinas, Maria Victoria, Doña La Negra, all those who were working at the same time
Lupita Valesio
and they used to come down just to watch her performing every night. So to me, do you think how it is that those memories are incredible? And so when I go back to my grandma's house, it was like, it was boring. And I became very rebel, yes. And for my grandmother, but you know, the good things that I have in me is because of her, because she was amazing. She was 63 when she took care of me, you know. So that was a big responsibility, taking care of a 6-year-old girl.
What do you think your mom would say to girls and young women of the West Side today that have an interest in pursuing a singing or an acting career?
Well, first of all, to have passion. Because my mom, even when she was sick, she was so passionate. And I remember that there was a doctor here, he was a psychiatrist. He couldn't against my mom. She just couldn't take it. Because she was so smart. She talked to him in French, in Germany, in English, in Spanish. You know, every time he interviewed her to evaluate her. And one time he says, I cannot put up with this woman. She's too much. So do everything with passion. Prepare yourself. And that's it. And don't forget about your roots. First of all, don't forget about your roots. Because you are representation wherever you go.
Okay, I think Gloria has a question.
Well, you mentioned Sunny and the Sunliners. Did she have a relationship with some of the bands?
Oh yeah, Mama had a relationship.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, relationship because she was so beautiful.
You know, did she know some of the
Oh
people
yeah, and every
here in
time
San
when
Antonio?
she came here, they used to invite her to perform with them. And not just here, in Mexico too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she, you know, she didn't have to rehearse. That's amazing. That's how amazing she was, you know.
So where did she perform here in San
Oh,
Antonio?
excuse me, before you answer, I'm sorry. Does anybody drive a silver SUV with the handicap plates?
Oh, we have a white.
And silver, that's across the street?
That's nice.
That's you, Abby?
Oh, because it's in the tollway zone and the police are right there.
Oh.
Not, but right across the street, not back there, across the street. Right there. Because I saw you walking from further back,
Oh, okay.
so I don't think it's you.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on, not yet.
Okay, all right.
We have Gloria and then over here.
Okay. Getting back
She used to perform at the dancing clubs here. There were a lot of here on, there's one in Colorado or there was upstairs, I remember.
Yes, yes.
And La Gloria.
La Gloria.
La Gloria. Yeah.
Salon Lutea.
There.
I was so young. I was so young. And also there was a cantina next to my grandmother's on 234 Castroville Road. And they also, you know, prepare a party for her, a welcome party for her. And she performs at the Guadalupe Theater at the Alameda.
Oh,
Yes.
all right.
So she had.
Oh, well, right with first.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was,
No.
hi. I was wondering, what was your mom's go-to song? What was one of her biggest hits? that
Well,
she
she
had?
recorded only 2 songs, 3 songs. It was the first song recorded in Mexico in rock and roll, and it was Rock Around the Clock, El Relojito in Spanish.
Elvis Presley.
And then See You Later, Alligator.
Yeah.
She recorded that one, and La Mecedora, and that's not a cover. And it was a Mario Patron song. It was a rock and roll, and she recorded also. Yes.
Okay, so we can look those songs up and see her.
Oh yeah, on
perform?
Google,
Yes.
La Mecedora by Gloria Rios.
Facebook.
Yeah. they-
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That is-
Now there's a lot of information on Google, you know, YouTube and about her.
And where are you with? Is there any way that she can get maybe inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Or have you looked
I would
into
love
that
to,
at all?
You know, we've been. The thing is that I was dating this person. He was the writer of the Encyclopedia of Rock and Roll in Mexico.
Okay.
I got involved with him. I married him. Yeah, well, that's I'm a Pisces, so I'm like Elizabeth Taylor. Okay, so what we did, he helped me a lot because he's the one who discovered my mom. He's one of those historians and collectionists who knew about my mom, and he started, you know, and because of him, when we came to San Antonio, we get in touch with Gabriela Franco, who was the director of the Institute of Culture of Mexico here. And she loved the project. And we gave her a tribute.
Oh, nice.
And also how do you say, exhibition that it lasts probably like a month. with some of her stuff.
Yes.
But I was able to perform one of the three of the songs, and Patty Malcolm. She agreed to be part of the show, and another Joan Carroll, which is a jazz singer here in San Antonio. She was also part of the show.
So you're a performer yourself also?
I just do it, I did it when I was younger, but with my parents and it was impossible. My father never allowed me to be in show business. But I said, no, I'm gonna do it, and he closed doors in Mexico, and once they do that, there's no way.
Right.
Until I got married, I said, forget about it. But for this project, I agreed to do it because I grew up listening to her and look at her, watching her performing. So I did the relojito and See You Later Alligator, La Mecedora, and it was amazing. And that was a very, very nice tribute.
I'm just wondering if maybe somebody like Linda Ronstadt could help in promoting your mother, now that she's retired, and how much she knows about your mom and how much she can.
Who's that?
Linda Ronstadt.
Oh,
In
Linda
Tucson.
Ronstadt.
Yeah, in Tucson.
I know Gilberto Puente and Raúl Puente, which is they have a trio. But Gilberto Puente, unfortunately, he already passed away, and they record with Linda Ronstadt. Yeah. So I don't know if she will. If she will
all
agree.
She can say is no.
The thing here is that you have to, knock on doors and see who opens, But I've been, unfortunately, I got sick, and then I divorced this man because it was another chapter of my life that it was not nice. But I always appreciate, I have that talent or virtue that I see good things in people. I don't remember about the bad things, And it's thanks to my practice also. I help him. He even started practicing.
Okay, wait.
Yes, and he changed. He stopped smoking and drinking, and that's when we start doing good things.
Right.
In this project.
I see.
Rachel?
Thank you.
Rachel, you have a question?
Yeah?
Who is it, Gloria?
Well,
You had a question?
Yeah, ok. Les quería preguntarles algo. Unos rock and rolls que se oían muy bonito de muchos años pasados, cuando salió en la programa en el television, uno que se llamaba Enrique Guzmán.
No.
I remember him.
Ese ya es de otra época.
Oh,
Es de otra época, ya es después de mi mamá. Mi mamá fue la primera, la pionera. En 1955, ella es cuando se hace la película Juventud Desenfrenada, y es también el primer desnudo, creo, en México, no es el primer desnudo, pero la señora que sale ahí, la actriz, tenía 15 años, se llamaba Aida Araceli, y ella vivía aquí en San Antonio, Texas. Yo tuve una entrevista con ella antes de morir y me dio también mucho material. Y ella fue la primera, tenía 15 años, entonces estaba compitiendo con Brigitte Bardot, porque también Brigitte Bardot en ese tiempo hizo un desnudo, y entonces estaban compitiendo que quién era la más joven. Y ella lo comprobó con su acta de nacimiento y todo, que ella fue la primera. Entonces esa película tuvo mucha controversia. Porque el desnudo de Aida Araceli y el rock and roll, ahí es donde se presenta el rock and roll. Gloria Rios, ¿no? y su grupo. Entonces la querían cancelar. Los grupos de persinados y todo eso, la querían cancelar y pelearon, they fought, and it was, they agreed that they were gonna go ahead and do it. It was December 25th. They thought because of the Christmas, they were not going to have any audience. There was a big line. Yeah, it was boom, It was 1956. Se grabó, they started shooting. the movie 1955 and 1956.
And it's that same movie that where the girl
And
comes
Juventud
out.
Desenfrenada.
Okay.
Yeah. Juventud. And there's also a dancing when my mom and my dad shoot the movie Voces de Primavera. That was their first movie for my father and for my mom. And they performed on a dance, singing Dancing Swing. And it's on YouTube also.
Oh, wow.
It's Voces de Primavera. Gloria Rios and Resortes. You Google all that and you...
What kind of problems do you remember your mom having here in San Antonio compared to being in Mexico? Is there a difference?
Problems?
Like, because she was a female singing, did she have any people like, well, you mentioned earlier that Tejana, her Spanish in Mexico. How did she overcome that?
Oh, well, but just by preparing herself. Because like I said, she used to read a lot. So by reading the history of Mexico, and she started a perfectionist in her Spanish. Y pues eso le abre puertas. Aparte, she was very daring. She was very beautiful, talented. I mean, she had everything, to get to where she, and have a goal, of course. I think she already have her goals. And once you have goals, then you take action,
Questions?
I have another question, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm very nosy.
No, that's great. That's what I'm here for.
How did she meet Pedro Infante? Where did
In
they
New
meet?
York.
In New York?
Yeah.
So she was doing a show, he was doing a show? And then they
She was
crossed
with
paths, or-
Chata Noluesca.
Uh-huh.
Chata Noluesca was a lady very popular here in San Antonio, in the 50s, 60s. And she formed this group of ladies, very young ladies, and they used to dance folklore.
Okay,
And that's how they start traveling.
okay.
So in New York, she met Pedro Infante, and Pedro Infante was like, cultivate.
It's Pedro Infante.
Yes, Pedro Infante, and that's in my mom. Oh, and in Mexico, when because my father is the one who helped her, and they click. As soon as my father started dancing with her, and that's when they get into a relationship. Then my mom saw Pedro Infante, after she was already involved with my father, and then my mother asked him, "Remember, you told me you was gonna help me to, if I come to Mexico, you was gonna help me to get into movies." And Pedro Infante told her, "No, yes, I remember, but now you have Resortes. He can help you. He can help you." And he helped her because, but my father was also very jealous. And that's the reason why they couldn't live together. But remember, I always remember my parents being very friendly. I never saw them fighting. On every birthday, they get together. They gave me these beautiful parties, costume parties. All the cousins and everybody, and then the kids of other artists came. It was an amazing. Every March the 1st, it's my birthday. So everybody was waiting for March the 1st. And I also saw them. I think they admire each other, and I could see through the letters that I have. And every time I read them, I start crying because I said they love so much, but they couldn't live together. They couldn't live together because my father was very macho. He was jealous. He was, as soon as I born, he told her, "You're gonna stay now at home, take care of Regina," and she goes, My mom was only 21 years old. Come on. So yes.
I just wanted to make a comment. Chata, the lady,
Nolesca?
she's buried at San Fernando number 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My mom is at San Fernando number
She's
2.
there too?
Yes,
Okay,
all my
okay.
family. My mom is on top of my grandmother.
Uh-huh.
And next to her, behind her, is my other 2 sisters, Esther and Nora.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they live here on at the west side, you know.
Mhm.
Oh, they still live here in Santo?
They already passed away, but they grew up here. Yes, yes. My mom is the one who took off to Mexico. And but she took my grandmother and I think she was only 5 months in Mexico. In Mexico.
Mhm.
I don't know, she handled it, but she was able to she got her own apartment, beautiful furniture, and she took a picture of her, and sent it to my grandmother. She was so proud of her.
How was it for you growing up with your mom, such a big star?
It was hard.
hard?
It was hard. It was hard because you always, as a kid of a movie star, you always have that shadow, and wherever we go, especially with my father, wherever we go, I could see all these people on top of the car, and I got scared. I didn't know what was going on. So, it's a trauma. And then with my mom too, one time they had this festival in El Auditorio, Mexican Auditorio, with the rock and roll bands and my mom.
Oh.
And I was 11 years old. So we were there, and people they were crazy, So when she finished, we took the back door, and she said, "Regina, hold my hand, no me sueltes." And all the people, because that's the fans, they're so. And let me tell you, these people, me metieron mano por donde quiera. I will never forget. That's a trauma for a kid,
Yeah.
And at school, it's always, like have results. Like de Gloria Rios. And they think that you're different, that you're like from other planet, And they ask you questions. How's your father at home? I'm normal. Normal. Oh, he dances. Yeah, once in a while, pero más que nada me regaña, que es muy regañón, muy celoso. He's very jealous.
Did you ever think about following her footsteps?
No, I did, but my father never. Me and my sister, my other sister, she got killed in Mexico. My other sister from his first marriage, she went to acting school con Andrés Soler y las escuelas, ¿verdad? Y nunca la ayudó en sus películas, nunca. Y a mí tampoco. Me dijo, this is not a business for women. So once he's the talented, he's the movie star, and he closed the doors. So I don't, it's very hard. And then I got married, and that's when I decided to come to Texas and live with my mom.
Sure.
Yes, Gloria?
I have a question.
Yes.
From this same neighborhood, there were other stars that made it in Mexico. Among them were Eva Garza, who joined the Sally Rand troupe, an American troupe that went throughout the United States. And then Eva Garza winds up being a star in Mexico and all over Latin America and the Caribbean. And Rita Vidauri as well. She got caught the eye of Cantinflas, who helped her, and she also became a star in all over South America and the Caribbean. Did your mother know?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I have an interview with Rita Vidauri, and there's 2 girls who did a documentary, La Música Silenciada, about my mom's legacy, and we went to, but she, unfortunately, it didn't have enough time for her interview, but we interviewed her, and she talks so beautiful about my mom. Eva Garza was a very good friend with my mom, and her daughter, who's mother of Marcos Valdez, and she was a very good friend with my mom too. And also La Paloma, The one who was married to el mariachi de Chapultepec.
Yeah.
Beatriz, ella era mi amiga también, and she was, I remember when she knew that I was doing all this, and she says,
Beatriz llama la Paloma del Norte.
I'm so glad you're doing this for your mom because she deserves it, you know. And that's what I'm saying. I'm going back. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want my people have that image of my mom being disturbed, you know, like loca.
Yeah.
Because even my grandchildren, not my grandchildren, but my sister kids, when they saw all this, they said, we didn't know. I just remember grandma being, you know, out of her mind. And now when they see this, they feel so proud and it's motivate them. And be proud of who your grandma was. So most of all, this is the reason why I'm doing it. Because I'm sick right now. I have a lot of problems. I just turned 78 years old, and after pandemic, I used to be very, active and walking and all that. But arthritis and then fibromyalgia, and then my partner at that time passed away during the pandemic. So it just it got me. It got me. But I still pushing myself. I'm a hairstylist, you know, and I'm still working, and I think I'm a happy person, and I blame it on my practice and my dear friend Abby. She's also part of my life because that's how we met. She practiced also Buddhism, and she became my very dear friend. And so I think it's because of my practice that I have stability now, spiritual and in my mind. And I fight all this illness, that it's, you know, it's part of the age. But people they tell me, you know, customers, when they say, you're 78? Oh, yes, I am 78. You don't look 78. I said, don't worry, my body. I said, don't worry, my body. Let me know that I'm 78. Now I cannot dance like I used to, and I feel, because it's my knees, and I feel so frustrated. But I'm happy. After all, I'm happy, and I thank you so much to Gloria and Graciela. They're not here, but they've been doing so much, and I know them since what year? 2014.
Yes.
And well, I'm so thankful, you know, that you're working with me in this, and I hope we can continue our friendship, and whatever I need to do, help me, because this pushes me to get out of my comfort zone.
So we're good for that.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to know if you would maybe share with us a little bit of a song that your mom would sing, like one of the ones you mentioned.
The what?
Like sing for us a little piece of anything your mom would sing.
Oh, let me tell you something. When I started practicing Buddhism, and I went to this place, we have a place in Florida, and it's like it's like a, ¿cómo se dice?
Retreat.
But it's a beautiful place, and it was my first time there. And then our dear friend who helped me in this practice, she already passed away, Lily, she told me, you know, you can sing. And I was ready with my pista, la música, the rock and roll. And I said, yes, of course, I have my music here. But when I was there, and it was in another orbit and another atmosphere, very spiritual, then I started changing the letters of the music. And I was, where is this coming from? And I started singing, well, that night, I told everybody, I don't know where it's coming from, but this is dedicated to you. And I'm going to talk about Namyo Horenge Kyo. And it goes like this. Come and sing with me, Namyo Horenge Kyo. You will love to sing Namyo Horenge Kyo. We're going to chant, chant, chant. Day and night, we're going to chant, chant, chant. With all our hearts, come on and sing, come on and sing. Namyo Renge Kyo. Woo! See, so when I did that, all the kids, especially kids, my grandchildren, they go, sing it again, Grandma. Sing it again. And I said, there you go. Because now I'm making them chant Namyo Renge Kyo, and it's going to change their life. See?
Amazing.
Even if you call on my phone, my answering, I'm singing. And everybody, it doesn't matter, you don't have to be Buddhist. Yeah, if I don't answer, they leave.
Yeah.
By the way, I love your song. So, yeah. And I sing the La Mecedora, See You Later,
Can we hear that one?
Alligator.
Can we hear them?
Huh?
Can we hear them?
No.
Tell us a little bit more about the song La Mecedora.
La Mecedora is Mario Patron's, ¿cómo se dice? Letra
Yeah.
and music. And it
So
goes,
it's a
because
Mexican
my mom's dancing, it was con mucha cadencia. I don't say cadence? Yes. And if you can see, you know, it's smooth and she invents some steps. And she Silvia Pinal, La India Maria, Kitty de Hoyos, they asked her to teach them. But they have like, they didn't have it. Nobody did dance like my mom, not even me. And, but yeah, it's La Mecedora. It's about, you know,
So that was only in Spanish.
Yes.
Yes.
Sí, la mecedora. Por eso dicen que es muy importante this is very important for the historians and collectionists because it's not a cover.
Right.
Almost all the songs like Rock Around the Clock and they're covers. But la mecedora no. So that makes her and puts her in a very special place. Yeah. That's why this lady, the book, Sirenas al Ataque, this lady who wrote this book is a young writer and singer and performer, and she wrote a book about the ladies in rock and roll in Mexico. You know, and she always talked about her. That's how she opened in all her conferences. She talks about my mom. So I met her. And last year they did a very big event, March 1st on my birthday, to perform all the rock and roll. And she asked me if I could perform, but unfortunately I had an accident, I couldn't travel. You know, but every time, you know, they need something from me, I say, oh, of course I'll do it. And she was like, how much you charge? Nothing! I'm just like, you know, I'm so proud to do it and so thankful that you asked
Where
me.
did they have the celebration of it?
En el Monumento de la Revolución in Mexico. It's a very special, beautiful place. There were thousands of people. And I was going to perform there and I was...
Oh, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, when you were a child, say that in your teenager, you know, with your mom and your dad and the social situation, and to the way it is now, did you see a clear culture shock?
Yes, of course.
Because right now,
Of course, let me tell you.
right now, everything is just,
No,
everything is
because
out of control.
Where I live, it was in Mexico. My father bought the first house in the north side of Mexico, which is, you know, like a popular neighborhood, like West Side. And then he moved to the south side, Coyoacán. So the atmosphere for me was a different, even friends and the schools and everything. And then we come here, and I was, you know, and I was always, you know, yo soy de barrio. Yo soy de barrio. My father was born in Tepito. But her sister, who made a lot of money, he always told him, don't say where we live. when you were born. I said, wait, you can say something else. And my father goes, no, I'm the artist, not you. But she became very rich.
Yeah.
So she was, ella se creía de sangre azul, no. So for me it was very hard because she was part of my life growing as a teenager. Pero lo era de barrio. Entonces when I come here and I was seeing all these differences, but I was happy because that was part of my mom. Yo me iba a la tiendita que estaba en la esquina por donde está la tienda Piggly Wiggly. My grandma, Janie, she used to send me to buy some carne molida. Mija, tráeme 5 cents of carne molida, nicle de carne molida. That time, can you imagine? Y yo me corría a la tienda porque con un penny la comprabas y yo pues me tascaba de chicles y de dulces. Y la tiendita, me encantaba hasta el olor. Era el piso de madera. No sé si se acuerdan, bueno, ustedes los mayores, la tiendita que está en la esquinita de donde estaba enfrente de Centeno.
Oh, yeah.
Ya de Centeno. Y luego estaba el molino ahí enfrente de nosotros, donde los tamales, y luego la cantina al lado. Eran unos cambios muy bruscos para una niña y para una teenager. Y luego cuando me preguntaban, where are you from? Yo me quedaba, pues no sé si soy tejana o soy mexicana. I was born in San Antonio, pero yo estoy crecida acá. Y aquí nunca, I never went to school here in San Antonio. I just went to school like a beauty school, and I finished my GED here because allá no lo hice, y todo lo hacía en inglés. Pero sí, los cambios eran bruscos.
Mucho culture shock.
Mucho culture. Y yo entiendo ahora a mi mamá, para mi mamá debe haber sido muy difícil el cambio de que sí tenía mucha fuerza, mucha inteligencia, pero ella se enfrentó con gente muy mala, muy mala. Entonces, yo creo que eso también le vino a afectar ya a su edad madura, y luego se embaraza a los 40 años. Tiene a mí, después de que nace mi hermano menor, that's when she started, acting, like weird. And they diagnosed her with a bipolar disorder. Pero it was just like, it was very hard, 30 years that, now my sister, Monica, she practiced Buddhism too. I introduced her to Buddhism, and it changed our lives. My kids don't practice, and when they ask them, does this philosophy work? And they said, their answer, I think so, because my mom has changed a lot. So that's the best thing, right? That you were a good example of what you practice. So I don't push nobody, but I just want to be a good example of this beautiful philosophy. Yes, ma'am.
Perdón que le haga una pregunta. Entre la historia que usted tiene y la experiencia, ¿no le gustaría, o no sé si está haciendo eso, como algo para los niños, los jóvenes, así de 10 para arriba, que ya pueden entender? Y con la linda voz que se le oye, ¿no le gustaría como, pues, dejar algo antes de irse?
Me encantaría porque sí siento que estoy en una zona de confort ahorita.
Exacto.
And I feel sorry for myself, and I hate that, porque tengo mucho que hacer.
Exacto.
Tengo mucho que hacer.
Tiene mucha experiencia que compartir con... Yo pienso que casi todas somos abuelas aquí, la mayoría. Entonces tenemos muchos niños que no sabemos mucho a dónde llevarlos. Yo llevo una clase de arte, de canto, pues es bastante caro acá para los que estamos por acá.
Sí.
Entonces como una plática así, no sé cómo están sus tiempos, está hablando de sus cosas personales. Pues yo como tengo nietas, siempre estoy buscando algo para los niños, o incluso estoy buscando en estos grupos que estamos todas grandes, pues como venir a aprender algo del pasado, ¿verdad? Es algo que usted tiene ya la experiencia y lo conoce, Entonces, si lo quisiera compartir o lo pudiera compartir más seguido.
Sí, claro que sí, me encantaría. De hecho, gracias a mi práctica con mis hijos, yo tengo 3 hijos hombres y tengo 8 nietos. Pero cuando yo me fui a Houston, yo iba con esa mira, ¿no? I have a mission and I'm going to introduce my kids what I practice. But I have to be very patient.
Yeah.
I have to be very smart, very not wise. I have to be wise. And let me tell you, all my grandchildren know about this practice, but here we don't push nobody. We just introduce them. We plant the seed, and then they're going to see you, and they're going to learn. And believe me, none of my children or grandchildren have been in jail. They're not drug addicts. They're not. So I'm so thankful, you know. But I would love to do it with, and every time I have the opportunity, I even have my cards. And where I work, I have customers, and you can tell when people are suffering, and they start telling you your story because you're like a therapist for them. And I said, this is the time. And I always ask them, may I give you something? And I'm talking to their Buddha part.
Yeah.
They don't know they have it, but I'm talking to that part, and they always accept it. And I gave them a card and I said, just chant these words. I know you're probably Catholic, you're probably, Christian, whatever, but just try this, you know, when they're suffering. And they always accept and thank me, you know. But yes, that's a great question.
Ya, pues bueno, yo vengo a este grupo de la esperanza, yo le llamo de la esperanza y el grupo de nosotros de la casita. Pues en mi opinión no los conozco tanto, pero creo que ellos levantan mucho o hablan mucho del tiempo pasado, de la música y de que vuelva otra vez los tiempos. Entonces, pues yo diría sería un gran proyecto para los jóvenes y también pues para nosotros, ¿verdad? Aunque no sepamos ni nos podamos mover, pero tenemos el espíritu ahí de mantenernos alegres.
No, es que todos tenemos creatividad.
Exacto.
La cuestión es de que tenemos que, por eso me gusta esta filosofía, porque aquí preparan a los niños y les enseñan a cultivar y a desarrollar su talento, todas sus virtudes, ¿no? Pero para todas edades. Entonces, la teoría que yo aprendí aquí en el budismo de Nichiren Daishonin, que es la Soka Gakkai internacional, a mí me ha enseñado y inclusive me hizo desarrollarme y atreverme a cantar y atreverme a hacer todo esto. No vivo de esto porque yo no podría, es otra vida, y yo vi a mis padres en esa carrera y la vida de un artista no es nada placentera. Y yo sufro de ansiedad y tengo la alta presión y todo esto, entonces digo, no, a mí esto no me gustaría, a mí me gusta más, yo puedo embellecer ella es mi modelo, ella es mi clienta también, mi amiga y mi clienta, entonces a mí embellecer a una mujer, eso es también darle mucha esperanza, ¿verdad? Que llegan así, todas así, entonces una buena plática. Y cuando salen, hombres se van radiantes. Ese es mi trabajo. Ahí sí, eso yo lo hago de todo corazón.
You had a question, Rose?
Last question, I promise. I was curious, I know that your mother, of course, set the foundation for you with rock and roll. When you were a teenager, who were your influences and who do you listen to today?
Well, those groups who denied that my mom was the queen of rock and roll, they were my, like my heroes, and I even tell them now in the interviews, all those groups, they used to, worship my mom. Now, why they deny that she was the pioneer? Yeah, because they're machos. In most of these groups, there were juniors, kids with money. They have all the equipment. They have all the. No, mi mamá era de barrio, mi papá también. Those are the ones who really. they're a good example for.
And who do you listen to today? Who do you like to listen to?
Well, I'm also into jazz. I love jazz because I grew up with my mom's atmosphere. It was all jazz players, so they educate my ear to listen to jazz. Y pues eso es lo que a mí me inspira más. Yo en mi casa todo el día estoy escuchando. I mean, the music from Brazil I love, and I think that on my other life I was from Brazil because I really, believe me, when I turned 9 years, I asked my mom if I could have a dress as a brasileira, and I have the picture. And they make the gorro, everything, and my mom put me the choreography. So yeah, Brazil is also my
Second life.
Yes, I love. Pero I'm also into trios, romantic.
Yes.
I used to sing boleros.
Oh, nice.
So, no me gusta lo de ahora, no me gusta el rap, no me gusta, pero eso es para las épocas cambian, ¿no?
Sí.
Pero a mí eso no me... Cuando no lo siento, pues no lo veo ni lo escucho.
Sure.
Sí. Pero yo creo que el jazz educa mucho también
sí.
a las personas.
Sí.
Anybody?
Anyone else have a question they want to ask?
I had a question. Your mom was very self-motivated, very independent. It appears that she was even born with this gift. But we read in her little biography thing here that she opposed or didn't allow adversity. She always challenged it. But she also did not want her failures publicized. What would you say were one of the failures, if any, that she did not want publicized?
Her failures, but I think when she started aging, you know, and that's when she noticed that people don't treat her the same. It's and that's for a woman, that's horrible. Because once you have the whole world and it doesn't matter, and then she got pregnant, 39, you know. But even when she was sick, she was motivated, and also by the caseworkers who surround her and help her. They motivate her to go back to school. So she went to UTSA and
Wow.
And then she was 2 months to become a caseworker, and she got sick again, so she never finished her. But you know.
Did you
I
say,
always saw her fight.
Did you say that she was bipolar?
Yes.
Wow.
She was diagnosed after my brother, my youngest brother, was born at 40 years, and then when she came here, she was. I mean.
Was she taking medication?
Oh yes. And 5 years before she passed away, she asked me if she could live with me. She was getting out of the hospital, and none of the family, everybody was afraid of her.
How old was she?
My mom,
When she passed.
she was 73 in 2002. But 5 years before, she asked me if I could take care of her. And I was scared of her. Everybody was scared of her. Because I don't know if you know, a bipolar person is, they can be beautiful, but when they're... And I told her, okay, Mom, but you have to realize that you're sick. Do you realize that you accept that you're sick? And she goes, yes. And now I'm going to be the mom, and you're going to be the daughter. And you're going to have to take your medication no matter what. Because if you stop taking it, then I'm sorry with all my heart, but I have kids. And let me tell you, 5 years, I don't know how I did it, how I handled it, but I was making sure that she had her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was dedication, it was love, compassion, and I was not Buddhist at that time. I don't know how I did it, but I think my Buddhahood inside it was the love for my mom, and it was 5 years, and she never stepped a foot in a hospital again, never again, and that was amazing because she didn't. Every time she disappears, we were afraid that something was going to happen to her. She lost a lot of her dresses, a lot of material, important material of her career while she was sick. So we were afraid that one day they were gonna do something to her. Unfortunately, they didn't. She passed away. She had cancer, pancreatic cancer, but she was surrounded by all her family, and she died in peace. Yeah. So.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that story, that very personal story. And the question that you asked about a personal failing, and you said that your mom noticed how she was treated differently, but that wasn't a personal failure, that was a societal failure, the way they treat older women. So I just wanted to point that out. I mean, that was society's fault, nothing to do with your mother. You use the word trauma growing up with your mom, and then you kind of talk about how maybe that was associated with her bipolar disorder diagnosis. It sounds like your mother was beautiful, headstrong, all these great qualities, but that must have been a very tough life for a woman back then.
Yes, and she had that temper since then. She could be very nice and whatever, but when she was mad, I mean, I better run because she was just strict, And but at the same time, she was very how to say, free spirit. The way she raises me. The time that I was with her, she didn't want to lie to me. She wanted to show me, prepare me for the toughness of, was coming to me. And I think thanks to her, I'm tough. I can be very sweet, but I'm tough. I'm tough.
Good for you.
Yes. Thank you.
Good for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and sharing, because this is very personal, but just like you said, in us learning and identifying with the huge culture difference that we had to endure as being at the West Side or Mexico or anywhere, we have to endure that. But for you to come here and share of your mom's legacy, La Reina del Rock and Roll, like, wow, absolutely amazing. And I personally thank you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the fact that you're taking the time to bring all those memories, and I'm sure it's very difficult for you too, in a personal level. So, but I mean, to bring your mom, for us to know the story, and I'm just so excited because I keep telling everybody, oh my God, and Regina Martinez is coming, and she is the daughter, and they're looking at me like, really? Wow. And I mean, thank you again.
Al contrario, es un honor cada vez que yo hablo de mi mamá. Y yo creo que I heal myself. This way I heal myself, because before I just start crying and I couldn't continue. I think when you don't cry, it's because you're healing. And this is helping me, of course, to keep going. And because I always said I have a mission. And being the daughter of these excellent parents, it gives me the strength and make me understand that this is what I have to do. you know, not being at home, because I have 2 dogs, I have 3 cats. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But that's my life, and I said, no, that's not my life. I had to continue, and this is a great opportunity, and getting together and contact again with Graciela and with Gloria, and give me this opportunity. To me, it's just like an honor. Thank you so much.
Sherry,
Yes, Gloria.
as we end, can we view the clip again?
I was just gonna say, we're gonna play it one
Because
more
now we
time.
know so much more about her, and we'd love to see her again.
Before they start, I have one more question.
Oh, one more question.
Getting her into Hall of Fame would probably be a, hard thing to do, but Lydia Mendoza just recently got her historical marker in her grave. I wonder if we could champion and try and get her at least a historical marker in her grave.
Oh, yes.
Let's do it. I mean, I think that's something that probably should be done. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Very good idea.
I'm sorry, yes, ma'am.
A lot of people not know or realize the extent of bipolar disorder. And the way it was explained to me was, we all have ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. But with bipolar disorder, sometimes those ups are way up here, and you feel great.
Yeah, that's a severe case.
Yes, and then some of them are depressed.
That's when you want to kill yourself. You want to die.
Well, what was the majority of your mom's episodes? Were they high or were they low?
Both. Both. She would, and everything she did, it was like the extreme. Go to the extreme. Even when it was maniac, it was that. Because I already knew when she was going to start, and I was, So when I took care of her, when I saw her like that, I called the doctor.
Who's the king of the rock and roll?
And then she told me, give her a quarter more of the medication, and you bring her over, because they have to check the blood. And that's how I keep her in control, under control. Because when she was, after she did all her whatever, when she was maniac, she would start acting like guilty. And that guiltiness, it takes you to a hole.
Oh, did you go deep depression?
Deep depression. When you try to commit suicide. You know, and I've been there in her good times and in her bad times.
Well, I applaud you for taking care of your mother. I know that's a very difficult
Yes, it
diagnosis.
is. Thank you so
And it's
much.
hard on the family. It's not just the patient, but the family as well. Somebody in my family has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder for years and has had many episodes. And my family has come together for the support that we need. But it's very difficult on the family.
Yes, it is.
I know that.
It is, because doctors even told me, you have to get out of, and choose your life, because it can become sick. But I could never. That love from my mom, it was just stronger.
God bless you for that.
Thank you.
Caregiving is very hard.
Just
Yes,
one
sir.
last question. You were saying your Buddhism. Did you at any time ever think to go to God?
Go to God?
Yes.
Well, to me, God is the Buddhism teach me how to love God.
Oh.
See? It's very deep. Buddhism is very deep. Mm-hmm.
Because it seems to me like during these episodes, un rosario aquí, un rosario allá would have helped you a whole lot.
Yeah, I used to do that. I grew up in a Catholic school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need something deeper
Yeah.
to change my karma.
Porque no-
Everybody has their own karma.
Yeah.
And that's why I respect, and that's when I started learning, because I studied also a lot to learn about how. Yes, and so at the rosary, we chant for hours, and then we really, our life condition raises to a level that you have compassion for everybody, and you have the wisdom to understand everybody and to listen, and it's like your six senses.
The guardian angels were working overtime.
Yes.
Gustavo, you wanted to say something?
It's not a question, it's a comment. It's like your mom, you said your mom had depression. Your mom suffered depression.
Yeah.
But I think people, like the one that hired her to come out in that show, they didn't know.
No, because she didn't have it at that time. She became depressive and manic depressive at the age of 41.
So she retired.
Not when she was young.
So when she retired from show business,
Yeah.
and then she started getting depressed.
Exactly.
You see, but a lot of people, they don't know that some people don't have depression.
Right.
I don't know, somebody told me that they have depression, but I look at a person, and to me, that's fine. It's normal, but
Pray a lot.
so I think your mom was a strong woman. I didn't know her, I didn't meet her, I didn't get to know her. And my mom was a strong woman when she, even though she was retired, nobody should be treated like that. No respect. Yeah, they should respect. And that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, sir.
Vengan a bailar rock and roll, te los voy a enseñar, pongan atención, que rugirán así, perderán así, entrando ya en calor, no pararán. Quiero cantar, quiero bailar el rock and roll, no más. Al sonar la voz, 4 y 6, dejan de tocar y pedimos más. Yo quiero rock, 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 y descansar, roll, 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 quiero más, más, más. Quiero cantar, quiero bailar el rock and roll, no más.
Picture.
And look at the jump with high heels that she's gonna do. Right? Look at her! Look at her! How old was she? Oh, they're in 1958. She was born in 30. Era muy ágil.
She wasn't born when?
Ma'am, your mom was born with a gift, with a talent.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I didn't say all men. I shouldn't have said all men. Some men, but they're not all men. Disrespect women. They're good. They're good men. There's some good men. Respect and help women. That's all I wanted to say.
Regina, thank you for coming and sharing the stories of your mom. We're gonna watch some more videos about her.
That's the same movie.
Su nombre real era Gloria Martínez Gómez. Nació el 17 de diciembre de 1928 en Eastside de San Antonio, Texas. La estrella tuvo una infancia complicada, trabajando prematuramente en el campo, haciendo labores como la pizca de algodón. Con solo 16 años de edad, partió a México tratando de desarrollar una carrera artística. Estando en suelo azteca, comenzó a trabajar en centros nocturnos, haciéndose pareja de Adalberto Martínez Resortes, con quien aunque más orientado al jazz, la artista debutó en la película Voces de Primavera de 1947, junto a Domingo Soler, Delia Magaña y Resortes. A esa primera cinta le seguiría El Gallo Giro de 1948, Una Mujer Decente de 1950, Buenas Noches Mi Amor, Puerto de Tentación y El Marido de mi Novia, todas de 1951. Luego de realizar juntos varias películas y aparecer en decenas de espectáculos, la pareja conformada entre el comediante y Gloria se separó por el éxito creciente de Ríos en comparación con la carrera artística de Resortes. Formada en la interpretación musical de ritmos como el jazz, Gloria Rios decidió incorporar en su espectáculo música de rock and roll. Durante esa época se presentó en centros nocturnos y teatros con la revista musical llamada Del Charleston al Rock and Roll. Sin embargo, tuvo dos desventajas en contra suya. La primera de ellas es que ya contaba con casi 30 años cuando debutó en 1955, y la segunda, los grupos que la acompañaban.
Un rock and roll.
Un rock and roll. Muchachos, un rock and roll. Y es que su edad y el medio en que se desenvolvía, principalmente teatros de revista, la radio, cine y cabarets, la mantuvieron alejada de los jóvenes que apenas comenzaban a conocer el rock and roll, los cuales ni siquiera podían verla en vivo por su edad, solamente en el cine, la televisión y escucharla en la radio. Y en cuanto a los grupos que la acompañaban, sus integrantes eran verdaderos músicos fogueados en orquestas y grupos de jazz, pero quienes también eran adultos. Estas dos desventajas no se las pudo quitar nunca Gloria Rios, y más aún cuando los jóvenes músicos que empezaron a surgir profesionalmente a principios de 1960 hicieron suyo el rock and roll. A pesar de esos inconvenientes, no se dio por vencida y, por ejemplo, en el cine aún tuvo algunas otras incursiones en películas como La locura del rock and roll de 1957, Concurso de belleza de 1958 y Melodías inolvidables de 1959, siendo esta su última película. Cabe destacar que, además de su estilo para interpretar el rock and roll, Gloria Rios creó una forma singular de bailarlo, hecho que no solo era copiado por otras agrupaciones pioneras del rock and roll en México, que los incorporaban en sus interpretaciones, sino que Rios enseñó a otras artistas como Silvia Pinal, Kitty de Hoyos y la India María. Gloria Rios y las Estrellas del Ritmo lanzaron en 1956 el que es considerado por algunos escritores como el primer tema de género rock and roll grabado en México y que sería un éxito, El Relojito, una versión del clásico Rock Around the Clock de Bill Haley y sus Cometas.
Y te emociona, pega tu grito, vamos, vamos.
Las Estrellas del Ritmo también lanzó temas como La Vencedora, así como Tú y tu tía. La agrupación, pionera en formar un grupo de músicos dedicados a la interpretación específica del rock and roll, realizó giras por Estados Unidos y varios países de Europa. Y precisamente en uno de los viajes que realizaron en 1960, que Gloria Rios junto a sus compañeros fueron abandonados por la persona que los contrató. Se dice que para volver a México, el pasaje del transatlántico de la cantante y su grupo fue pagado con actuaciones en el barco. En 1971, Gloria Rios decidió retirarse del medio, pues la estancia en Europa fue tan larga que la alejó de los escenarios mexicanos y del conocimiento regresó a San Antonio, Texas, a pasar sus últimos años alejada de los reflectores. De su vida personal, tras divorciarse de Resortes, Gloria Rios se casó con el músico Mario Patrón, con quien procreó a su hija Mónica, y con él formó el grupo Gloria Rios y las Estrellas del Ritmo. Después de Mario contrajo nupcias con Leo Acosta, con quien procreó a su tercer hijo, Mario Mauricio. Gloria Rios, cantante, actriz, bailarina y pionera de un género musical que marcó una época, murió el 2 de marzo del 2002 a los 74 años de edad en San Antonio, Texas, Estados Unidos. Y en aquel tiempo, al no mencionarse en ninguna publicación su deceso, fue llamada la reina olvidada del rock and roll mexicano. Bien, si deseas saber más de alguna famosa o famoso, escribe en los comentarios. Y si te parece interesante este video, dale me gusta, compártelo con tus amigos y suscríbete a este canal. Soy Marco Antonio Velázquez, hasta la próxima.
Sí, ese es en YouTube. Sí, qué belleza.
¿Verdad?
No, y totalmente, fue todo un éxito.
Gracias. This is the guy that I'm talking about.
Es el momento de presentarles a los que toman parte en el concurso Rock and Roll.
No, Juan, porque si no tengo que ir.
Did she get to keep her costumes or no? The costumes she keep. Su acuario.
Lo perdí. Perdió el carro. Perdió la bolsa.
Por eso es muy importante sus recuerdos, porque lo material. Hacía mucho ejercicio para poder
Tenía las piernas bien duras. Era más chiquita, pero cuando yo nací, embarneció un poco. Era bien chiquita. La película Voces de Primavera, ahí sale la nacía Juanita, they're dancing swing. My father and her.
Quizás podemos hacer un cine festival, pasar una de las películas.
¿Cuál?
Cualquiera de las películas
Where?
Quizás la vayan para la
el documental. Porque hay que eso está enseñando que las nuevas generaciones que interesadas están en la vida. Como la que hizo este libro, las chicas que hicieron el documental son jovencitas.
La combinación perfecta de Gloria y Mario Patrón lo llevaron a formar una familia, procreando dos hijos, Mónica y Mario Mauricio. Así, en 1959 se convierte en el motor de Mario Patrón, que ya la cantante pianista
Mi mamá.
de la Ciudad de México.
Gloria Rios.
Gloria Rios.
El cuello ya se me quitó. Sí, claro que sí.
Se va en 1964. Se queda en París varios años, toca en Alemania y Gloria Rios vuelve locos a los cantando en su idioma.
Nice toolkit, easy pawn. Got this drill and an unbelievable deal on this beauty. Easy pawn. You won't believe what you
Sit on their lap. Sit there. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Esto es muy bueno.
So where do you do hair at?
Yeah, I know.
Where do you do the hair at? I need to
Sí, ¿verdad?
I know hair, but it's also
I'm thinking of cutting my hair.
Dime cuándo, yo vengo. A mí me encanta. Yo venía cuando me fui aquí. Clientes aquí me
Should we lower it? Should we lower it a little? I don't know what I'm
Sí,